the room. Welcome. Hey, welcome. My name is Dr. Aldewan Tartt. Today we're going to talk about 6 ways to be happier, y'all. How to be happy. I'm going to give you 6 things you need to do right now to be happier. Y'all come in the room. Y'all come on in the room. I'm so excited about y'all being here today. As y'all can tell, I'm over the top excited about this because there's not a day. There's not a day. There is not a day that people say that people say I'm struggling to be happy. Like in today's world, listen, rent is high, mortgage is high, mortgage rates are high, gas is high, air conditioning is high, power is high, cable's high, Amazon is high, everything is high. And so people are like, look, how is everything gonna be higher? How is everything gonna be harder? And we're gonna be happier. And the world is more divided. I was looking at racial injustice in France, where brothers and sisters are being prosecuted and hunted down by the police. At least that's what I read, right? And so we start thinking about that, like, how do we become happier, right? And so, and from a mental health standpoint, I am here to help y'all today. I see you, April and Sherelle. And if I missed you, I was so into it. I see you. All right. So today we're going to talk about 6 behaviors that increase happiness. So I'm going to go 6 of them really quickly. And then after that 6, we're going to break each one down. I want y'all to ask questions. All right. So let's go. If you want to be happier right now, I'm going to tell you why you're not happy based on the research. And then I'm going to help you to be happier right now. I'm going to help you to be happier right now. Okay. I want to help you to be happier right now. Okay. All right. So number one, these are so they did a study and they said what behaviors do the world's happiest people have? Like, what are they doing? Like, same world, greater happiness. What are they doing? Are they in the same world? Has anyone ever been there? How you doing, Renee? All right, I just realized I was wearing my headphones, but I'm too far in now to take them off. Let me know if you can hear me. All right, but behaviors that increase happiness. Like, what are these people doing in the same world that I'm in that allows them to be happier than I am? And the research was clear. Are y'all ready? Type "let's go" in the chat if you want to find. And these, I'm telling you, these things are going to work. And I know that's a bold claim. I know that's bold. I'm telling you, if you do these 6 things, you are going to be happier. Why? Because they've already done the research and looked at the world's happiest people, and then they backtrack and said, these are the 6 things that the world's happiest people are doing. All right. If y'all want, all right, here we go. All right. Here we go. I see you, Ebony. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm so excited, man. I love making y'all happy. Number one. All right. Social connection. The world's happiest people are socially connected. Yes, they are. They're socially connected. According to the research, they have enough people to do life with. That means that if you are bored on a Friday and Saturday night or a Wednesday or a Tuesday, you have enough people who you're connected with that you can do whatever you want to do with other people. We call it robust. You have a robust set of social connections. Does that make sense? We die in isolation, and then we die in isolation. That's why in jail they put you in solitary confinement as a punishment, and we thrive in social connection. All right, so that's number one. All right, I'm gonna go through these quickly and then we're gonna recap. So number one is social connection. Number two is kindness. I'm gonna tell you why kindness works. I know that might surprise you. 3 is called fun and flow. I'm gonna break that down. Right, fun and flow. 4 is operating in your signature strengths. All right, I'm gonna break that down too. 5, exercise. Exercise. Number 6, sleep. And then I'm gonna give you a bonus one. Number 7 is called time affluence. Time affluence, if that makes sense. Time affluence. All right, so let's go back to social connection, right? Do y'all realize we literally need to talk with more people? We really need to talk to more people. So when we just go to the store and we don't talk to people, it does not work. It makes us feel like we are all alone in this world, right? But just having a regular conversation with the barista, just saying what's up to the nurse at work, just connecting with the people at work. This is why working from home is coming back to haunt people who don't have social connections outside of work. We miss the water cooler conversation. We miss the cafeteria worker. We miss our favorite person at Dunkin' Donuts. We miss the favorite person at Chick-fil-A. Whatever it is, we miss the people at the gym because you used to go to work to the gym and now everything's at home. Are y'all getting what I'm saying? We actually have to connect with other people. Do you know who the happiest individuals, they broke them into group, are actually religious individuals? And what they found, this is interesting, right? They said people who follow organized religions are happier than the average population. But here's why, right? It was interesting. I was like, oh man, they close to God. And they were like, that's part of it, but we couldn't tease that out in the research. What we found is that religious people are happier because they're spending more time with people at the church. So they're going to church, they're going to Bible study, they're going to small group, they're going to Bible study, they're going to choir rehearsal, they're going to the community activation event. So the church is so social, it allows people to come and be part of a community. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? And so what it's saying is that we have to create that sense of social connection in our world. We have to have community. Are y'all feeling me? Is that making sense? That means we have to have community, fam, in order to be happy. We cannot be happy by ourselves. Social isolation will increase anxiety and depression and fear because we all need that sense of touch. Do y'all get it? Are y'all with me on this one? Are you with me? All right. So number two, church fellowship. Thank you, BJ. Thank you. All right. So it's like when we start talking about how churches grow, do you know? Like if you've been to church lately, you've seen that churches are almost all the way, if not back from pre-pandemic levels. Why? People were lonely. Churches got the research and said, yeah, we're going to build community. We're going to make people feel part of something. We're going to have new members classes like never before. We're going to greet like never before. We're going to have community activation like never before, right? People are tired of Zooming. People want to see people. People want to experience the word. People want to feel, right? And so when it comes to church people tend to be happier because they're connected, but you can create that in other ways. We see that also. Second in that research was gym. People in gyms were feeling the same way, right? So we're talking about the CrossFit, we're talking about Lifetime Fitness, we're talking about Orange Theory, right? Things that you have, Mayweather boxing, things that you have to do in groups, and you tend to go and be with the same amount of people over and over again, and you develop that sense of community so that when you walk in there, people know who you are. Now, the third one is kind of, it wasn't ranked in the research, but a third one that came to my mind that's kind of dysfunctional community is the bar, right? Or the club. All right, a good one is a restaurant bar, right? There are people that eat at restaurants who are single and they just don't want to eat at home every day, right? Sure, you can pick the meal up and go back to your house, but we need social connection. All right, number two, all right, kindness. Kindness is important, all right? We get more out of life by being pro-social versus just social. That means that when we go out of our way to help other people, do you know that makes us happier? Do y'all know that? Do you know? Do you know that being kind to others makes you happier, right? So the first question I ask you is, when's the last time you've done a kind act? Drop that in the chat. When's the last time you've done a kind act for someone? Right? Like today, I took on some clients I typically would not take on, right? Because I was like, it's some people out there that are hurting, and I need to see actually some more severe clients. All right. There was a period where I was like, I don't have capacity. I have so many severe clients. I don't have the capacity. But as I was able to help them and treat them and move them on, I was like, I need to take on one or two more high risk population, high risk people that are really struggling with a lot going on. And I met some people this week that I'm glad I'm doing that, and it makes me feel better. Does that make sense? So kindness. So do nice things for other people. Do nice things for other people if you want to be happy. Sometimes fixing people's other people's stuff helps you feel better with your stuff. All right. Donate money, random acts of kindness. All right. Um, you know what's interesting? They did this study of priests, right? They did this study of priests. And they put these priests on a college campus. Y'all have heard me talk about this study before. And in a college campus study, they told them that they needed them to get from one part of the campus to the next in a set amount of time, because they had something really important for the priest to do on the other side of campus, but they had to get there in time. All right. Oh, all right. Um, and I pause. I see people talking about random acts of kindness. Carmen gifted someone Beyonce tickets. I know they were extremely happy. All right. Oh, that was more than generous, because I know how much those tickets were. Someone says, bring food to the homeless every week. Oh, see, this is why I love doing this, because come on now, y'all type them, y'all put them in there. What have you done? What have you done that's kind this week, or what do you commit to doing that is kind this week? All right. So anyway, They had these priests rush across campus, right? But in between one part of the campus and another, they had people who were actually hurt, feigned being hurt, like someone fell, another person was laid out. They had all these different scenarios. Someone asked for prayer for something that they were going through, and the priest passed right by them. They were in a hurry. They were actually less kind because they were in a hurry. And what that proved is that even priests, when rushed and when stressed, are less kind. Isn't that interesting? That was just a random fact. That was just random. And so what it shows is that we have to slow down, slow ourselves, and so that we can be kind to others. Right? Be kind to others. And when you're kind to others, you're going to find that you are going to be happier yourself. All right. I saw someone say that I have given a friend some encouraging words for her situation. You don't understand how important that is to actually hear kind words. Because a lot of times you tell people how you doing, they don't even tell you, right? I see Renee says she prayed with a woman in the produce area of the grocery store. She was telling me of her cancer struggle. She needed a hug. See, we get it, right? Spending quality time with seasoned mothers, right? Rose, Timothy. I've been giving away artwork, and it has been encouraging to many. I love it. Y'all looking at your random acts of kindness is making me feel better about this world. Are y'all with me? I mean, just looking at people do nice things increases kindness, increases my own happiness. Man, y'all made me happy, right? I have been giving away artwork. Man, that is amazing. That is amazing. All right, number 3, y'all. Oh, this is dope. I'm gonna break this down. And this is one that hit me in the face. Fun. How much fun are y'all having? Come on now. How much fun are you having in your life? Number 1 was more social connection. Can y'all see chat how that will make you happy? So if you're more socially connected, if I don't care if you don't like people, or I don't care if you're an extrovert, I mean introvert. Introverts have small groups. Get small groups of people who you do life with. If you don't like people, people won't like you back. And if you don't like people and people don't like you back, you're gonna be lonely and isolated. You're gonna be unhappy. Social connection. Make the connections you want. All right. 2, do something kind for others is gonna boost you. Y'all are actually getting happier with me watching people. All right. So we need fun. Let me explain fun to you. Because when I looked at this, when I was doing this research about 3 months ago, I realized I was not having a lot of fun. I was doing cool things like watching shows on Netflix and Apple, but fun, I don't know. All right, let me define it. Fun, a joy-filled experience characterized by a combination of playfulness, flow, and connection. A combination of playfulness, meaning it has to be play. If you're having fun, you have to be doing something playful. There has to be a sense of connection, not necessarily to other people, but to the thing that you're doing. So if I'm at a basketball game and I am connected, I'm all in this game, right? It could be a video game. If I'm all in the video game, right? I'm connected to the experience of the video game. I'm having fun, and it needs to produce flow, right? Flow can be, I'm going to define flow for you. Flow is the mental state in which a person is performing some activity and is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus. Are y'all with me? Full involvement and enjoyment in the process of the activity, right? So in order to have flow, it has to be time. It has to have a sense of timelessness. It's so fun, you lose track of time, right? When I'm doing this for you guys, this is fun. I found myself looking forward to doing videos in the middle of my day a lot. I look forward to this time. I 26 minutes has gone by, or 16 minutes, whatever it's been. I didn't even, it felt like a minute, right? And y'all know I come up on like on the hour, and it's like, man, because I'm having fun. All right. It's timelessness. There's complete focus. I'm focusing on your comments. I'm focusing on what you're saying, right? There's a lack of awareness of physical needs. I just forgot that I was hungry. I just had to read that, you know. I forgot I haven't eaten because I'm so into it. It's intrinsically rewarding. I don't care how many people watch this. Okay, I care a little bit, but it's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna keep doing this as long as someone's watching, because I like doing this, right? It's challenging because I have to come to y'all with something that's real, and I have strong focus concentration. Are y'all with me? Can church say amen? Can church say amen? All right. And I miss some of these comments, y'all. See, I'm paying attention to these things. You know, that's what a teacher, that's what we teach our students: bucket filters and not bucket dippers. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. Right. You have to do things that add value. Right. So there we go. So y'all get it. Y'all get it. So can y'all commit to fun? I want you to add some stuff on your fun list. On your fun list. I added one thing that I added to my fun list last week was I watched Nigeria play England, right? I don't even watch soccer like that until it's the World Cup. And I only really watch if it's like an African nation, or like Jamaica, or Haiti, or somebody like, well, with Jamaica, because that's who was in I think the last 8 or 16. I watched Jamaica, and I got up. It was fun watching that, right? I always hope they go to penalty kicks too, right? And so I had fun, right? I also had fun playing with my son outside, right? And my daughter, who were having fun. I had fun with my daughter. I met with her for tea and coffee this morning before school. So it was fun to get into her business, right? And so fun and flow. And before we looked up, there we go. I see. Oh, I knew Melody. I knew Jamaica flag would come out. Represent. I watched. I watched the girls do it. Right. I watched them. All right. So I hate they lost to England. They should have beat them. They were up 11 women to 10. But anyway, it didn't happen. Next year. Next year. All right. And next year. Don't get me talking about soccer, right? I was still hurt off that. All right. Number four. Number four, y'all. Operating in signature strengths. Now, let me break this down. All right. In order to be happy, we actually have to operate in the things that we're good at doing for work. Does that make sense? Like a signature strength is, I want you to figure out like what your signature strength is. And I'll read a couple. Okay. Humility, spirituality, judgment, fairness, zest, creativity, humor, capacity for love, love of learning, social intelligence, honesty, hope, bravery. Are y'all with me? What is your signature strength? Let me dive in. What is your signature strength? Come on, y'all type it in the chat. What is your signature strength? There's a list. Y'all can Google signature strengths. And what the research says, if you're operating in those signature strengths, you're going to be happy. So if your signature strength is bravery, and you are a police officer, if you are a firefighter, if you are a professional boxer, if you are a bodyguard, all right, or if you are a comedian, right? All right, you have to operate in bravery to put yourself out there, right? If you are using that as a skill, if you're using that, you're gonna be happier. Can you come drop them in? Drop them in what your signature strength is, right? So some of us are at work and we're not operating our signature strength. Like right now, I'm looking at it. One of my signature strengths is social intelligence, right? So right now, I'm trying to figure out, all right, what it is that y'all need, right? I'm trying to figure out, what do the people need on a Monday? Mental health, right? They need a mental health Monday, right? April, I see you, compassion and humility. So that means that what you do for a living, or what you do as a hobby, or what you do has to be around compassion and humility. So for me, love of learning is another signature strength. I love learning so that I can teach. Spirituality. I love spirituality. I love God. So I have to love God if I operate in that. But can you imagine if I'm operating humor is a signature strength. Can you imagine if my signature strength is humor and I work in IT and I don't ever have an opportunity to operate in my humor? Everything has to be something else. You see what I'm saying? Everything has to be reports and whatnot. Someone says that they're a great listener, being available to help people. I'm open minded. Are y'all getting it? I'm intelligent. So Amber, if you're intelligent, and you are, all right, since you're intelligent, let me watch my mouth. Amber, since you are intelligent, all right, that means you need to be doing something intellectually stimulating, and you need to be dating someone intellectually stimulating. How many of y'all have heard the term sapiosexual? Look it up. All right. It means you're stimulated sexually by someone's intelligence and their mind. I see you, Chris. I see you, Rose. I see you, Renee. Uplifting others, spirituality, motivation, encouragement. So I really want you to get serious. Like right now, write out what your signature strengths are and ask, am I doing these things? Am I doing the things that I'm really great at? Because if I do the things I'm great at, I am going to experience that fun and flow and I'm going to be happier because when I'm going to work and when I'm coming home, I'm operating and doing something that I love. There's a big difference between someone who can cook and someone who loves to cook. Can church say amen? There's a big difference between someone who has to cook and someone who loves to cook. All right. Number one, two, three, four, five, exercise. All right. Exercise, and we talked about this before, is that exercise allows you to be happier. Do you know? Thank you, Luana, for spelling out sapiosexual. I appreciate you, Amber. All right. So, exercise. Do you know that the studies, and I'm a psychologist, y'all, so this was shocking to me, that the studies on consistent exercise have shown similar efficacy. That means effectiveness in treating depression as medication. Right. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have moderate to high depression, you may need something to supplement the exercise. You know how your body feels. But if you exercise on a regular basis for 20 to 30 minutes, you are going to feel better. You're going to be happier. That's why there's so many people that are exercising. It's not just to look good and live longer. They're trying to feel better right now. Right? Those chemicals, dopamine. Y'all heard me talk about dopamine is motivation. Endorphins are pain relievers, serotonin. And it's interesting that a lot of these chemicals that I'm talking about are actually the chemicals that are in antidepressant medications. They're the same thing. Dopamine boosters, right? That natural high. Thank you, Chris. And that's why so many. That's why in sales a lot of times they kind of require. I mean, they can't like force you because it'd be discrimination, but they have this strong culture of exercise. If you ever around sales reps, most sales reps exercise. Why? They want you to be naturally happy because a happy salesperson sells more than someone who's neutral or depressed. You can't be neutral or depressed in sales. You have to be happy every single day because you're on. Does that make sense? Happy hormones. I love it. All right. And for those of you who are older or are afraid of losing your faculties, exercise produces something called BDNF, brain derived neurotrophic factor, which keeps you sharp in your older age. So like exercise, it keeps you sharp mentally so that you don't say, what was that? I can't remember. Oh man, my memory's failing me. It actually improves your memory. So make sure that you're exercising because as your body's going, then your brain is going. Right? Body goes, brain goes, body goes, brain goes. For 20, 30 minutes, you're telling your body to move. And then when you stop, you think the brain stops moving. No, it's spinning like those old school rims. When you stop, and they keep spinning, baby, right? So we need to do that. So make sure you get on your exercise. Are y'all with me? I mean, are y'all getting this? Are y'all seeing how man? I needed something to actually do, right? If I feel no energy, let me go ahead and exercise so that I can actually get some motivation afterwards. Let me do that, like mind to muscle. That's right, Chris. Or I'm stealing y'all stuff. All right. Now here's the big one. Number six. That's why I lose a lot of people. That's why I lose a lot of people. Sleep. Sleep. Sleep is the lack of sleep or sleep deprivation is the number one risk factor for suicide. Suicide. Sleep deprivation. right? Now, I know like depression and anxiety and stress and trauma can lead to lack of sleep. But when I tell my clients, I say, you need to get some rest as the first order of business, they're like, what? Why would you recommend sleep? Because I'm like, a sleep deprived brain increases depression and anxiety and paranoia. Right? Did you know that the impact of bad sleep on academic and work performance is greater than the stress of drinking and drug use? I'd rather you drink and smoke crack, right? Smoke crack than be sleep deprived. All right, I'm joking. All right, people are gonna take that literally because I'm a doctor. No, the research shows that you're better off versus using drugs and drinking. That's actually not as severe as being sleep deprived. Your brain is actually worse deprived of sleep than it is high on drinking and alcohol. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now y'all are seeing. Now y'all are admitting it. All right. Better sleeps improves more academic and work performance. A part of what's going on with our kids, they're not getting enough sleep. You're not getting enough sleep. You're not coming to school with a better brain. Y'all know how many of y'all missed an hour or two of sleep? You can tell the difference in your ability to be sharp. Right. Um, let's see. Poorest quality of sleep is when comes when you're looking at social media right before bedtime. So make sure y'all stop that. All right. Let me give you a magic number, y'all. Let me give y'all a magic number. The magic number that you need in sleep. Does anyone guess? How many hours of sleep? Well, let's just do a day. How many hours a day does the Surgeon General say you need to have the best brain? How many hours of sleep a day? Let's see if you can guess. Are you as smart as the Surgeon General? Are you as smart as a sleep doctor? All right. Geek Star Kasha says 7 to 9. Deb says 7. Journalpreneur says 6 to 8. Renee says 7. Man, y'all are nerds because y'all got it. Val said 7 to 8. Y'all are right. All right, it's 7, right? Now it breaks down a little bit more specifically to that. Obviously, infants need more than 7 hours. Older adults need close to that 8 to 10, right? Teenagers need about 9 to 10. I know that's going to shock people. Teenagers need a minimum of 7, ideally 9 because their brains are developing. But the majority of us need 7 hours a day. That means 49 hours a week. Now let me tell you something that's going to scare you. All right, and it studies. If you're averaging about 5 hours of sleep a night, and if you do that for about 6 months, there are studies that show that you are aging your brain as much as 8 years. 8 years. You're adding 8 years of delay. 8 years of delay. You are adding 8 years of delay. All right. 8 years of delay. All right. So I want to make sure that you get that. Okay. All right. 8 years of delay. Okay. So make sure that you're getting the proper sleep. Make sure that you're getting the proper sleep. All right, and then number one, two, three, four, five, six. Number 7. All right. Number 7 is something called time affluence. Right? Time affluence. All right. I know some of y'all dropped off and we're back. We talked about sleep. All right, sleep, you need 49 hours a week. And if you're sleeping 5 hours for 6 months in a row, you're aging your brain almost 8 years. When you look at people and they don't look their age, they look older than what they're supposed to look, it's usually because of sleep deprivation. I need y'all to take that seriously, right? Like any fitness trainer they will ask you, "What's your diet and what's your sleep?" Before we start talking about lifting weights and cardio. You have to sleep, and this is where I see so many people that are losing their health, losing their age, losing their hair, losing their health, losing their youthfulness because they're not sleeping. And then number 7, this is probably one you've never heard. I add this in for a bonus because I love you guys and I care for you. It's called time affluence, and this one hit me too. Time affluence is defined as the subjective feeling that there is sufficient time to pursue leisure and other activities that are personally meaningful. Basically, what that means is that you have the time to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Can the church say amen? Time affluence. People who are happy have time affluence. They do what they want to do when they want to do it for as long as they want to do it. All right. Did you know that time famine works the same as food famine on our brains? That means, like, if we're hungry, right? And our brains are affected, right? People call it hangry. I'm hangry, right? Not having enough time to do what it is that you want to do has the same effect. It has the same effect on your health, y'all. I know that that is shocking, right? And so what's interesting is that people who value money over time are not as happy as people who value time over money. Does that make sense? So, like, people who value time over money are not as happy, are happier than people who value money over time. Think about it. If someone said, "I'm gonna give you $1 million, I'm gonna give you $1 million today, but you have to die tomorrow," would you accept it? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You absolutely would not. If someone says, "You know what? I'm gonna give you $1 million, but you're gonna be stressed for the rest of your life," we wouldn't do it, right? We buy peace of mind. All right. So we need time affluence, right? And so last thing I'm gonna say about time is that there's this concept called time confetti, right? Time confetti. Time confetti is like what you do in between like classes, or what you do in between clients, or what you do in between whatever you have to do at work, right? So 7 minutes, the commute to work. You have to use that time confetti wisely, because if you just waste it scrolling, if you just waste it doing something mindless, you're not going to be as happy as people who actually use time confetti to do things that make them happier, like play a video game, like call a friend, like go out. It's like one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna just feel the sun. I know it's probably gonna make me unhappy because it's 96 degrees here in Atlanta, but just feel the sun on my face for a minute and then come back in. I'm not gonna just look at the emails all day. So y'all got it. Lifestyles Virtual Singles Conference. Yeah, you've seen me talk about that. Sleep deprivation is used to interrogate witnesses, right? And interrogation processes. That's right. That's true. Sleep deprivation, because the brain just can't keep up. So listen, y'all. I hope y'all got it. I hope y'all do this. You do these things to be happier. Y'all, let's do the recap, right? One, you're gonna socially connect. You're gonna be more socially connected, right? More people you're socially connected to, how you want to do it, you're gonna be happier. Two, you're gonna intentionally do kind things. Kinder you are, happier you're gonna be. Three, you're gonna do things that produce fun and flow for yourself. You're no longer gonna go through life not having fun and not doing something that puts you in a state of flow. You're gonna draw, you're gonna paint, you're gonna roller skate, you're gonna game, you're gonna sing, you're gonna go to the Beyonce concert. I bet people didn't look and see how long the Beyonce concert was. But they were like, "Oh, it's over already." Right? Four, you're gonna operate in your signature strengths. You're gonna look up what your signature strengths are. You're gonna look it up on Google. You're gonna circle what they are, and you're gonna say, "Do I operate in my signature strengths for my job, for my life? Am I doing these things that make me happy?" Five, am I exercising? Am I doing the things to give myself a better brain every day, or at least 4 or 5 times a week, so that I can have the chemicals that boost my happiness? Can I start off exercising unhappy and get off happier? Yes, you can. Six, can I get my sleep on? Can I get my 49 hours? If I do six one night, can I do eight? If I happen to do five, can I do nine? Can I balance this thing out to make sure that not only do I look good, I feel good, but I have all my faculties? And then what about time affluence? Can I have the proper time affluence? Can I use my time wisely to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, and I don't feel rushed, and I can take the time to do the things that are important. All right. All right. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Now y'all got it. How to be happier. Now you know what happens. You know what people are doing. You know the 6 plus 1, which is 7 techniques, things, behaviors that people are doing according to the research to be happier, so that you can be happier too. All right. My name is Dr. Tartt. I'll see y'all again. Take care and God bless.